everybody, welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight we have Tipsy Thursday, and I am not tipsy enough, just by the way. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So, for tonight's topic, it is on the show Kendra just had. It's about side pieces. Let me tell you what happened. I don't know if you saw the clip that I inserted on Instagram. There was a girl who called into the show and said she was ready to start dating, right? First of all, it started out with the kids being in the background talking about their daddy was there. Then she talked about how they recently slept together the night before and she wanted the girlfriend to know. But she called in to the show to say she wanted a man. It's not enough vodka on this planet for some of these things that you idiots do. So let me tell you, I went to the comments because I'm a comment girl. I went to the comments to see what people would be saying. And to my surprise, it was actually a lot of men. A lot of men that was in the comments was commenting that it's not okay to be acting like that, that they don't touch their baby mamas, that those type of things cause relationship issues and people not wanting to be with them, thinking that they're still messing with their baby mama when they're not. And not all relationships are unhealthy like that. Some people actually have kids, and then when they break up, but they still can co-parent. Some can still be friends, different things like that. But the girl was also saying that I think he had a key. He had a key, so she was saying that it was his place. So in my mind, she's created that that's their home. But she was calling the show to say that she wanted a man, because that's what Kendra's show is about. Who is this? Oh, okay. She was calling to say that she wanted to have a man. But here's my question. If you are not with the father or the other parent of your children, is that like a lifetime pass in your brain that you can always sleep with them? Do you kind of feel like they're yours? Because she said, oh, that's just his girlfriend. We like 10 years on and off, and they only got a year together. Just answer.
Do I think that you have a pass for that? Is that what you're asking me?
Hmm?
You saying do I think that you have an automatic pass to
I could barely hear you.
Oh, let me see. Okay, is that better? No.
But hold on, Hilda, tell me if you could hear him. Turn it up.
Night. It's night.
Hold on, Hilda. Say something, Ron.
Hello, you hear me? Can y'all hear me? No.
You can hear him well? Say something, Ron. Mm-hmm.
Hello, you hear me? Can you hear me?
She can hear you well, so it don't matter. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. I can hear you a little bit, but as long as they can hear you perfect, then that's good.
Okay. So go ahead, say that again so I can get it right.
Say what again? The question?
Yeah.
The question is, okay, thank you, cousin. The question is, let me see. The question is, if you have children with somebody and you guys are no longer together,
Mm-hmm.
is that a permanent pass to be able to sleep together?
That motherfucker
Philip.
A permanent pass.
Why can't I hear?
Did you turn your volume on?
I did. It's all the way up.
Come here.
Oh.
Bring your ass in here. Come here.
Say something again, brother.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. I got it.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay. Yo. Oh, dang. It looks like she accidentally, got off of the broadcast, but there she goes.
Perfect. Now we're back. Now we're on. Okay. So I'm gonna ask the question one more time, y'all.
Okay.
Because Phil just came in. So the question is, if you have a baby by somebody, does that automatically mean, even if y'all split up, that going forward, you are able to sleep with him, no matter what? Is it a lifetime sex partner?
I mean, I think it
I
can be.
mean,
Not in my situation personally, but I think I've heard of it. You know what I'm saying? I think it can be as long as the two stay single. I wouldn't imagine everybody moving on and marry other people and then still, you know what I'm saying, doing that. That'd be inappropriate. But you know, as long as the two are single, I think that there's a connection for sure.
yes.
You know, that you maintain with that person that you have kids with in a not necessarily just sexual but intimate manner. So there's always the chemistry. You can't have a bunch of kids with people and not have that chemistry. So at least in that area. So I think the window is open as long as the two are single.
Okay, so I agree as long as you're single, the answer is yes. But it was two things, and y'all tell me what you think. It was two things that stood out for me. One was a male saying that he don't trust women with kids. He don't want to date women with kids because his homeboys, most of them that have children with other women and that are married, are cheating on their wives, and he doesn't like that they're cheating on their wives. But they all do, like it's an open door. So he don't deal with women with kids. And then another man was saying that he got married and he's always gonna sleep with his baby mama whenever he feel like it. That's his stuff.
Two things. So you don't deal with women with kids. So if you're 30 plus, you what are you dating, teenagers? Because most you have some women that don't have kids.
I don't have children.
But you're rare. Like it's rare that you're gonna find. No, you are. It's not a bad thing though. It's not a bad thing. What I'm saying is, I've rarely.
I'm a unicorn.
See, take it as a good thing. It's a good thing. You know what I'm saying, to be rare, but it's not a bad thing. But I've rarely run across women, you know, that are, you know, between the ages of 30 and 45 that don't have children. It's a rare occurrence. So
I don't know how old the guy was. That I don't know.
Yeah, so if he's 23 saying that, nigga, you probably your selection is high. But if you 35 talking about I don't date women with kids, well, nigga, good luck. Like on that one. And as far as the other guy, you know, saying he always gonna sleep with his baby mama because you got some issues, brother. Like if you married and you still thinking that, first of all, you don't own it anyway. You know what I mean? You never married
that
her.
was I'm like, ain't nobody gonna say that that's his stuff. Ain't nobody see a problem with that.
You don't own nobody, period. Even if you married to him, that's still not your property. Like, stop it. But to ridiculously think that you're not with her no more and you still have rights, you got some issues, my nigga. You need some help.
So does that person have issues, or does the woman that still leads her life saying, oh, you can't come over, my baby daddy don't like it? They literally run their life based on the father of their child. Who has the bigger issue?
I wouldn't call it bigger. Both of them got issues. That's probably why they're dealing with each other. So it's like he got some issues and she got some major issues still. You know what I'm saying? Talking about my baby daddy. You know what? But you know what? It's I can't blame it. I think I gotta blame both sides because certain men know that they have this power over these women. You know, certain men, they have babies.
She loves you. She wanted a family.
That's what I'm saying. So certain men have babies with certain women intentionally, so they can maintain a certain level of power. And
absolutely.
If you're if you're a man and you feel like you're the more popping one in a relationship, or you feel like she wants you more or loves you more, you know, a lot of men have women, babies with women like that, and then that's hence the reason why these women will keep that door open. Like, my baby daddy don't like it because one day hoping that he'll return, or accepting.
And that's just the reality. Exactly. You're playing on somebody's weakness. You're a predator. And I don't think that that's okay at all. Also, the Papa was a Rolling Stone type of thing, that created generational problems for me. So in some cultures, it's not as high as in Black cultures, because most people can say that they either experienced it or know somebody very closely that experienced it, that the baby daddy was in and out more than they even dealt with their own kids. They'll come, sleep with the mom and leave and all this other stuff, but they won't be actually present in the home. And the women, I won't say that they're okay with it, but I'll say that I'm gonna pray about it. They're hopeful, those type of things, but it does get you caught in a a revolving door. Ron fell out. I'll let him back in when he comes in. But the comment that was just up, that's how they were raised. That's what I was actually addressing, because some people were raised like that, and where it creates anger for some, and they then don't ever want to have anything like that. For some, it's almost normal. Well, they look at it like, well, at least my dad was there, but was he?
Come on.
He wasn't. And he showed you how to disrespect women, and he showed you what you should accept and what looks normal. Because let's just face it, everybody in some area of their life, you start to say things like, well, at least. It's just reality. You don't compare up. You compare down.
Right.
At least he's not whooping my ass. At least he's not doing this. At least he's not doing that. But he's damaging your soul.
Facts. I have definitely talked to my own children about, and my own daughters about, accepting mediocrity. And that's across the board. You know what I mean? Like, especially in your relationships. You know, don't accept mediocre relationships. If someone is not reciprocating, if someone's not, you know, bringing value to your life, you don't want to accept no mediocre relationship. Even like making, and we could talk about parents, you know, parents that half-ass. There's fathers that half-ass. There's mothers that half-ass, that not even half. They fourth ass. You know what I'm saying? They barely do that.
I'll do what I have to when I absolutely have to do it, because I'm on the thin line.
Yes.
Let me do something real quick to reel myself back in. I think everybody got that type of mentality, and it's fucking nuts.
Yes. And as a child, sometimes you don't know any better, so you accept that shit. You at least they do this. At least they do. No, fuck that.
And that's family. You're supposed to love them. Yeah. You're conditioned in growing up in how to let people do things to you.
Yes, and that's bullshit, because I especially in a parental child, you know, relationship, you know, if people want to, whether you believe the Bible or not, but for those that do, if we want to go into the word, you know what I'm saying, God says he don't fuck with people that don't take care of their kids. And if you need to hear it in the scripture version, it says, boom, you don't take care of your seed or something like that, you're worse than an infidel, and the infidel is a non-believer. So if God don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with people that don't take care of their kids. Like, I can't, like,
I don't fuck with people that don't take care of their kids. I never ever have. Never.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I have no.
And I'm gonna talk about you on the way out.
Yes, I'm gonna talk about you like a dog, because you a sorry motherfucker if you're gonna sit up here and fuck and have kids and not take care of them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me just, I have one caveat, because it is some people, whether you sleep with somebody or not, the decision maker to move forward with children is the woman.
Absolutely.
Okay, I will say that. And
Absolutely.
There are even, let's just say, legit couples. Let's go the regular route. There are legit couples that get together, and even husband and wife, and it was an agreement, we are not having children.
Right.
That's what my contract was. We are not having children. But then that woman gets pregnant and she moves forward. Now she ropes him in as a deadbeat dad. That's not okay. And then people want to revert back to it and don't sleep with nobody. That's not a part of the agreement. We actually had an agreement that this is what we wanted, and you move forward. So if you move forward, you take your baby and do what you need to do. You don't get to lock somebody in that way. And we've given passes in that area to women because, oh, well, she's a mom, and oh, she does this, and oh, she did it to herself.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not fair. There are some of those.
I can't argue that. I can't argue that. It's just me as a man, regardless of how it happened, I can't picture myself with a seed out there that I have knowledge of, a seed of mine that's out there, and not be a part of his life. Like, I understand. If a man don't do it, I'm not going to hold you on that because you didn't agree. Right. But me, myself, I can't picture myself having a seed out there and just saying, fuck that. Like, go take that. I couldn't do that. You know what I mean?
I know a lot of men that can't.
Yeah.
Because they too, it's not just women that are kind of, I would say, roped into or conditioned to believe a certain kind of way. It's not just women, it's men too. And that's a prime example of a space where a man is like locked in, and the ones for women just look different. Like when you look at something, everybody says, well, it's about the kids. Fuck that. It's about my life too, because this is my kid for 18 years and then they live their life. So no, it's not all about the kids. No. Like, I don't matter.
Right.
That doesn't even make any sense. But there are things on both sides. Now, here's the other piece. Mm-hmm. So in the situation where the man was married and sleeping with another woman, there was an African movie I saw where that was happening. And the woman that was being cheated with, she was the permanent side piece or whatever. She went and pulled him out of a house where he was cheating around the corner from her, sent him back home to the wife, and called the wife and said, I sent our man home.
Damn. Our man.
Honor must be, I guess. I don't know. But it makes sense. I mean,
damn. She said, I sent our man home. Like, both ours. I'm just going to have them, you know, just like that song. With that song by one of them little girls talking about my man for the weekend. I'm just having him on the weekend.
Okay, that yeah. Sizzle.
Yeah.
Scissor.
Yeah. There we go. Wow.
My baby niece was singing that song, and oh Jesus, we had to have a conversation with her other aunts, that other side of the family. Don't play that. She's 4. Why is she singing that? But anyway.
Thank you, Jesus.
I don't care if it's catchy. That's the problem.
That shit's retarded. Like, I even get mad.
It's not catchy. It's stupid.
I sometimes like I don't want to go all the way into this. I know I'm gonna get flamed, but I don't understand how some women support that type of song. Like, you don't feel that way. You ain't trying to share no man. Why are you banging and singing that song? That song is retarded as fuck to your standards. If you're saying that you're not that type of woman, why would you be singing that song?
Because I'm committed in this catchy.
Because they're stupid. Because they stupid. Got their kids in the car with them and everything. Listen to that shit on your own mind damaging time.
Like,
that's that shit I'm talking about.
This is it. This is what we're doing now.
Then I just got my hair flat art too.
I don't know. All I can say is I'm good. That's why people's brains is poison now, because they sing and stuff like that, but not realizing you're actually putting that into your child and you planting it as a seed. But that's a whole nother topic that we'll leave for next year, because right now we're talking about slide throughs and side bitches. Next. What the problem is I just posted on my page the statistics for women, and all I typed in was the 5 biggest issues for Black women. Every last one of the motherfuckers had to do with health.
Damn.
Every last one. And not health like, oh, the industry doing this. No, like that nigga laying next to you is doing this.
Oh, that type of health.
Or that type of health. Or, you know how I do, I post it from a place of accountability, or them niggas you're laying next to is doing it. Hell, you probably brought it in.
Talk about it.
I'm just saying, because people doing things and don't even know how to protect yourself. You don't even know that it's no amount of protection you can use against certain type of things. But y'all out here just slinging shit around all over the place. And I mean, I guess they could have their own community and do it. My problem is when you bring it out into a committed relationship, somebody that doesn't know, they didn't volunteer for that. That's where my problem is.
You drag somebody in it that wasn't willing to participate, like
at all.
Yeah, that's when it's unfair. Do what you do, whatever, but keep it within the people that are about that life. You know,
right.
Somebody that's not about that life.
Right. Don't play Russian roulette with somebody else's life.
Literally, because the shit is serious.
It is. And for me now more than ever, I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's now more. Well, no, I'll say that because the elders in my family, when I got older and they admitted things that they did, like chasing my uncle down the street with a hatchet, or I shot him with a shotgun, but in the foot. You know, I'm not trying to kill you. I'm just trying to let you know you won't use those feet to walk out this door and cheat on me. Things like that, you know? These days, though, people is trying to be viral with everything. So they walking into supermarkets where you work and spraying the whole motherfucker from the front door to the back.
Right.
I'm good. I'm not trying to piss nobody off.
Nah.
Because, and it ain't even about being scared, because I'll fight in a minute.
Right.
And ain't never been afraid to fight, ever. That actually was part of my problem at one point. But I don't pull weapons. I ain't no punk. To me, that's being a punk. But when it's man against woman, she ain't gonna fight no man.
People don't fight no more. They shooting and stabbing and cutting. You know what I mean? Like they're not fighting anymore. So you ain't even gotta worry about fighting no more. You gotta worry about losing your damn life.
Facts. And that's from just somebody just being jealous of you. So imagine you coming in and interrupting somebody's home
hurting somebody
and on purpose. Then you think it's cute. Then you want to say things like the girl in the video, she was like, he moved on and have another relationship, and I respect that.
What?
Then when Kendra asked her, because on her show, she'll be like, oh, you don't have to answer. When was the last time you were intimate? And she was like, oh, last night with my baby daddy, I finally caved in. Girl, he got a key to your place and you just said all this stuff, caved in. But then Kendra was like, okay, so why y'all didn't work out then? Oh, honestly, if I could have him, I would. My number one problem with all of it, and I always say that, and she proved it, you would want him to yourself and want your family if you could have it, but you have no problem ruining it for somebody else. Right. And then she went into, her chest started poking out, the horns came out on her head, and how she really felt was she should already know what it is, that type of thing. Oh, you shaking your head? Let me tell you what I would have did if I see that. It would have been a little bit different. My old self, my new self, I got a lot to lose. Motherfucker might try to sue me. They definitely sending me to jail because their teeth gonna be on the floor. Let me just back up.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. It's like there's women out there that will literally fuck on somebody's baby daddy or fuck on somebody's husband and be their side girl, have a baby with him, and then finally get him to be in a relationship with you, and then want to sit up here and try to make him faithful or get mad if he cheat on you.
How dare you?
What the fuck is your problem? You were just a side bitch and now you're mad because he's cheating on you?
Or be mad when you try to reconcile. How dare you try to reconcile with her? Reconcile.
Come on.
But didn't you just leave church praying that he stopped? Is that the same guy? Because are you going to do the same vows or are you going to do different vows if y'all get married? Because what I can tell you is I am still fully ignorant. So when people think that I forget about things, I don't forget nothing. And I'm that type of person that'll show up with a church bulletin. Yes, I would just like to say this person invited me and my spirit told me to let y'all know, because this is where you're supposed to bring everything to the church and we talk about it. She's a slut. And we should gather in prayer.
Gather in prayers, play for the slut.
Or go to the school. I don't think she should be around kids because she don't know how to act. That's what she do. Everybody hide your kids, hide your husband. Don't let her be a part of carpool. See, I do stuff like that.
Oh, see, yeah, you gonna embarrass a motherfucker. Like,
I didn't embarrass you. You embarrassed yourself. You signed up for this. If you entered into somebody's covenant,
right,
you can't enter somebody's covenant and then tell them how to act or act like they shouldn't say something. And that's man or woman, because it goes off. You can never tell a spouse how to react. And I think that's what people forget, because guess what? That's the other highest thing that God protects. And so when you enter that covenant and you wonder why certain things are happening, you shouldn't wonder. You signed up for it.
Right.
You shouldn't wonder nothing.
Subject to anything. That's true.
And some people's families ain't even wrapped too tight. They end up doing stuff. You can't hold everybody back.
How many people has lost their lives over that? Like, we don't know. People always, and I don't want to speak, bad about the dead. We've all lost people, so I don't want to offend anybody. But a lot of people, what I'm saying, was doing some raggedy shit and fucking somebody's wife, fucking somebody's husband, and got popped. And they'd be like, "Oh, they were such a good person," which they probably were, but in that moment,
not in that respect.
Not in that respect. Like, you was fucking with somebody's husband, fucking somebody's wife, and then you get popped. Like,
I know somebody like that. He got shot 10 times.
He got shot 10 times.
He's basically a vegetable. Messing around with a lady, somebody's baby mama.
He was messing around with somebody's baby mama, and he got shot 10 times. And now he's a vegetable.
And she's out living her life, sleeping with other people.
And she went on with her life, and probably collecting his good check.
For sure.
No, she ain't collecting nobody's check. Because the baby daddy went to jail for life.
The baby daddy went to jail for life?
He got caught.
Oh, for shooting.
Yeah, he got caught. He went to jail for life, attempted murder. His mom went to jail.
His mom went to jail?
Because she harbored a fugitive. Church going lady, never been in trouble. She went to jail. And then he's a vegetable. That's fine.
So the one that was cheating is a vegetable. The baby daddy who shot him went to jail, but he was the one being cheated on.
It was multiple people she was messing with.
She was messing with multiple people.
Yes.
So the demon
Yes.
is moving on, living her life, and ruined everybody else's life because the one she was the one she was sleeping around with is a vegetable. The one she was cheating on and his mother are in jail.
You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm talking about. And then when people
Because
don't
it
know
be the
the story,
devil that had the power. Because you gave it to me.
yeah, this story is across the board. There's a lot of stories.
Good job working for LA County.
He was a good person.
He had 4 kids.
So y'all, it's not just their kids. That's so that just goes to prove it's not just women, it's men too that go through this type of stuff, and it's just not right. And the cold thing about a woman is our mouth is horrible when we want it to be horrible. And I'm pretty sure it was some not being remorseful and probably talking shit to him. And I'm pretty sure that fueled him wanting to go after, one of the people that she was cheating with. Because women, when they do stuff, they're not remorseful either. They're not. And that arrogance, he should have popped her.
Up. It should get you fucked up. I'm imagining she said some shit like, "Oh, that's why
you already know
your dick is small." Or
you already know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you start shitting on a nigga, then that triggers that emotion. Like, okay, like, fuck you, I'm about to fuck you off. So you got to be careful. You really got to be careful.
A woman's worth is like a man's fist, and I say that all the time.
This man
they
is
are
worse.
Equivalent.
It's worse than fist.
Like, yeah, some of the stuff that I've heard, yeah. So I didn't know it went down like that. Some of the stuff I'd be like, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Like, oh God. Like, those are your real words. Like, I don't understand when it became like, so what I was thinking was in the comments, the women was going into, of course, and saying what they wouldn't do, what they don't even condone from their friends and things like that. So I'm wondering if I think most women go on feeling and men just go on sex, right? So at some point she will consider herself the woman, not the side chick. Yeah, I agree.
Shit, what she considering, what reality is, are two different things. So
right.
She can consider all she wants, but the reality is you're not the woman. Okay, like it might seem that way, but I'm sorry, but you're not
at all. And what I've heard, from some, but he's here all the time, and he's we're always together. Well, maybe she works. Maybe the wife works. Maybe the wife has businesses. Maybe the wife does other things than lay out in the middle of the street with her legs open.
Right.
Maybe she has goals.
That's a lot of time. I mean, he over your house 8 hours for her whole 8-hour shift. He probably is gonna feel like that's your nigga, but he's not. Exactly.
And don't feel like at any time that door can't get knocked on.
Facts, that part.
Yeah, don't ever get too comfortable. When you get the most comfortable is when things happen.
Oh shit.
It's just how I feel. I've seen it before. We grew up in the hood. I've seen things.
See, that was intimidating right there. You were smiling the whole time, but I really felt that in my spirit. I was like, God damn, like I feel that.
Oh, I smile all the time.
Ooh,
what are you talking about?
Intimidating. That's intimidating. Like, fuck that.
Because here's the thing. I personally, my whole life, have never condoned the cheating thing. I haven't. Even in high school, if I knew that somebody was cheating, I wouldn't tell on them. I would go to the person and be like, hey, look, I saw you do this. You can tell them. Or I can tell them, but they're going to be told, because I'm not about to be fake and be around somebody like that. More than anything else, I don't want to die from being with somebody when you could have saved my life. I really do look at it from that perspective, right? The transfer of energy, the demons people have on them, those are things that you have to pray off. And if you don't know that they're there, you don't know. What I have also done is, when people feel the need to be on the phone popping off like, oh, bitch, this, bitch, that. I be bitch putting on my shoes. Okay. And me and my bitches be on our way.
We on our way.
Yeah. I don't have time to talk. You said what you needed to say. You think I'm playing with you. Because it's one thing to do something and what you do is what you do. It's a whole nother thing to feel like you can now start disrespecting somebody also.
Right.
So now since you have entered into a space, I should show you what this space is like so you can determine if you want to continue in this space. It's totally up to you, boo. Totally up to you. But what you're not going to do is directly disrespect me.
No.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
And these days, people just hide behind keyboards. They want to call jails. They want to do all of this stuff. But see, I don't think that people have realized that the glory of God and what he has done has amplified as well. So before we just might have a little flat tire, you know, now you have a whole frame of your car on the floor. Your choice. You're so silly.
A couple broken windows.
Or where all you could do was certain things at one time. You got to remember, certain people have executives at power companies and that car you applying for and that college your child is getting into, and maybe they don't get in.
Oh, shit.
I'm just saying that those are things that legit for real happen.
Stop fucking with people.
Stop fucking with people because you don't know who they know and what they can do. Beyond that, you just shouldn't do it because it's just not the right thing. Point blank, period.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll be the one crying. She legit said, oh, I would if I could, and then turned into the other side. Well, which one is it? Are you hard? Are you a homemaker sitting there waiting for him? Or do you want your family back together? Whichever one it is, that woman didn't do anything to you.
Right.
And for you to come on something like this, when she sees you, she's going to know. It hasn't been one person that's been on that show that what they've said hasn't gotten back to people around because she has too many people watching via Instagram and YouTube. Somebody always knows somebody.
Right.
And the way you said it with you said that with your whole chest. So when your chest caves in, make sure you have good insurance.
Somebody cave your chest in for you, then you ain't gonna be doing that. You know, you ain't gonna be on that.
Or you will, or it'll look a little bit different. You'll be shaking your head like that because you can't stop, bobblehead bitch.
Right.
But, you know, I think people should evaluate their behavior.
They should reconsider. You always should look at yourself and say, why am I doing this? And should I, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am I doing this? Like, then you go.
Great question.
You know what I mean? You're going to really, really, really put it in perspective. And if you say, why am I doing this? And you proceed, well, then you just a dumb motherfucker then. Like,
selfish.
You know what I mean? Like, just self-evaluate yourself. You're tapping into yourself when you do that. And when you're going to sit up here and tell yourself that and defy yourself, then you're going to lead to destruction. You are.
And so, I would say it's not even some overnight thing, because like I said, a lot of people were conditioned that way based on how we grew up. You don't necessarily see the other woman or that family because you literally have your blinders on and you're in your own home. You haven't created drama in that other household too. You have done things, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it stays in your house. You don't bother her. You don't do anything like that. And so you are hurt. You are hurt. And somebody, to your point, once you sit down and reflect, like, damn, I wouldn't want this done to me. Why am I doing this? It's probably a lot of hurt reasons why you're doing it. And the words associated with why you're doing it is you want to feel safe. You want to feel loved. You like the idea of, and it's not just an idea, because every so often that idea is actually fed. And so it's real. And you can create a narrative in your head, no different than the term love is blind for me is intentional. I believe that is true. I believe that it is true in every relationship that you have, because in order to move forward with certain things, if your best friend hurts your feelings, and I mean hurts your feelings to the core, not with something like deceptive or nothing, you'll see the love that you have for your best friend and you push it under the rug and you don't want to deal with it. You become blind to it. You put it away and you never want to deal with it again. And if it never comes back up, that's the perfect thing. You don't have to. You know, so it's not just in a man-woman relationship. Again, you do it all over the place. So it expects somebody to stop in this one space that's only for them, and it feels good. It gives you all of these things. It's not realistic, not overnight. But if you do start to look at yourself and be like, damn, I'm doing it for this, or I didn't like it when my dad did that to my mom, so why am I doing this? Then I believe you can start to break down the different things. But you do have to be honest with yourself. You do have to be prepared because it's going to hurt. It usually does hurt. It does. Anything we revisit because we put it under the rug, right? We haven't dealt with it. And now it's circled back around in our adult life and the impact is much bigger. And too many people have a problem with feeling stupid versus go through it. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. You could make the biggest mistakes ever as long as it doesn't have anything to do with taking somebody's life or a child. It's never too late to fix it. And I don't know about other people, but I think that that's sexy. I think that that's attractive. I think that those are the things that I value about people, hearing the things they've overcome, because I'm like, dang, that was hard. Like, how did you do that? And it's commendable to me. And a person of value, it'll be commendable to them too.
Facts.
I'm not worried about looking stupid. Because I don't.
It's a temporary
I only know what I know. I only know how to live what I know how to live. That's it. And I'm going to make mistakes.
That's just temporary. That's a temporary feeling. No, looking stupid. Okay, that's just for the moment. You're not about to be looking stupid 24 hours a day. Like, you know what I mean? So, can't worry. And
nobody should be focused on which, if they're not intervening in your home, they shouldn't be looking at how stupid you look, how this, how that, because now see you telling me that it's a bigger problem. Why are you focused on my house when I happen to know you got 72 things in your own house? Because we all got 72 things. Well, we started with 72. You still have 72 and everybody else has 50.
Right.
Because you're too busy in their homes.
Right.
You know, this particular woman, she's not going to heal. I don't know if anybody caught it, but I said this woman called into Kendra's show, and it's the show to like put yourself out there that you want to date. The end result of this was supposed to be that people is inboxing her saying, I'm interested. I like you for this. You had one job. You called in to make people look at you. That's what you just showed everybody. And you know people watch this.
Maybe she called in to expose him to baby mama.
So she said that's what she called it. She said that was the cap that I slept with my baby daddy and I want his girlfriend to know.
And I want his girlfriend.
Of course, Kendra ran the whole show because they only pick certain shows. Of course she picked that one.
And I want his girlfriend to know.
That was the whole purpose of that. You wasn't looking for no love. You was looking to hurt that woman's feelings.
She probably know the girl watch it too.
There's got to be something to that. You got to think.
But you think with that amount of premeditated evilness.
He didn't come to you.
So
if he wanted you, he would have left her and stayed with you. But now you fucked it up because you opened up your mouth. So now he ain't gonna fuck with you because you done fucked up his relationship. Evidently, this woman is doing something for him that you can't do
permanently because he's not leaving her.
Come back home to you because he could have plenty of times already. The door has always been open, never closed. She keeps a breeze going through.
With no boundaries, no rules, and no stipulations.
I'm just saying.
Kids in the background, my daddy.
So at the end of the day, you ruined that.
Because that's what I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking of that too. Back in the day when we had bed buddies, you didn't do other things. It was literally, this is a really good person. I'm this person's friend. I trust being with this person. But you didn't mess up anything that they had. Like those lines didn't cross. And for those girls that did, or those men that did, like she said, it's done. I'm never talking to you again. I don't trust you anymore. I'm not doing nothing with you ever. So what she did to me, if she grew up in Pomona, she would be looking for a hotel room right now. Dude would have, because she said it's his place. That's why you have a key. It's his place. So she wouldn't have nowhere to live. He wouldn't be dealing with her no more. Like, you tried to make that girl mad, but you played yourself.
Wait a minute. His place?
Yeah, she said he owns it or whatever. But they have kids together, so I'm pretty sure he's helping her get a place, and her and the kids stay there. But
so you jeopardize that Some men don't give a fuck about the kids. I mean, they the kids.
Because I could just take my kids, is what a lot of men say these days. I could just take my kids. If I have to deal with you and what you got, I could just take my kids.
Because I'm the one providing. I don't need you.
So then my brain went to another place. You okay with you just did this to this woman. If this man doesn't leave this woman, how safe are your children when they go over there?
That's a good one.
Because here's another thing that women will do with their dog asses. You'll create this space in this woman and break this woman down to her knees and then not understand why she can't look at your children. Now, is it an excuse? Not, I'm sure you can, because here's the thing with your own kids. Don't act like y'all like y'all kids all the time. You can feed them. You can do this. You can do that. If some days you be like, would you just go in your room? You know, you don't want to deal with them or whatever. That woman's going to have a period of time where she's not going to be possibly not be able to look at those kids because it hurts her. Not that she has anything against the kids or nothing like that, but it's going to be an adjustment. And instead of allowing for that adjustment, you're probably going to try to over attack her for everything that happens, for her all of a sudden not wanting to go to Disneyland no more, for her all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? She's going to need some time, especially if they look just like you.
But at the end of the day, you got to think of the mothers that plot bad seeds in their
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
So
you condition your
other woman's house. Then they say shit to the other woman. We all got feelings here.
Hello.
So if you're looking at this little kid that's saying shit, well, where the fuck did you get that shit from? Because you only 3-4 years old.
But you just saw this. You ain't wondering where nothing came from now. Now it all just came together for you.
Great
and
point.
It can't nobody deny it. Not a grandma, not the dad, not a friend, not an auntie. Hell, if that was me, I would be like, I know I'm the aunt. Let me come get my babies and let me get all the kids together, baby. I understand. You need some time because a woman's heart hurts. When that shit hurts, it hurts. But guess what? We don't stop getting to be a mom, a TT, a wife. Those things don't stop for us. It's like, oh yeah, you got your feelings hurt, but just like cover up with a bandage and you'll be fine. No, my soul is on the floor.
I mean, it's as unfair as it is. Physically, look what's done to women. I mean, you guys literally have a menstrual cycle for 7 days that from, and a lot of women, you know, have it worse than others. But you guys are expected to still work.
2 weeks out of the month, we are not normal.
Exactly, and you're
because it's time before, and then it's your actual
It's right. So you're
expecting me to be balanced.
Exactly, and you're expected to still maintain everything during that time. And you see,
nobody considers that for us, though.
Nobody does, and that's why.
No, I won't say nobody. Let me take that back because a lot of men have been looking at this show. They've been looking at different shows and trying to relate and understand. So I'll take that back. I want to give credit in that space too because I saw that in the comments and it was dope. So no,
I mean, some people don't. Some people and even some mature men like myself, a lot of things that, you know, not only having a mom and sisters, once you have daughters and stuff, you start really looking at stuff really different because you have to. I mean, if you give a fuck, you're going to have to look at stuff a little different.
Right. So. You like, dang, you was daddy's little girl yesterday and today you want to kill me. Oh, y'all don't have a choice.
You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you start seeing stuff differently. Like, it's not fair. You know, one of my daughters has a real rough first 2 days of her period, and I see her in fetal position, and you know, she throws up, and it's just painful to watch. And I'm like, you're expected to be at school today when you're in fetal position? You're expected to run a mile if today was a mile day. And they have no sympathy for you being on your period. Like, what kind of
sick? We don't get no time off for that.
What kind of sick shit is that? Women should have, on top of sick time and vacation time, I think it should be a 3 or 4 day minimal period per month. I
think so too.
That you could take off for your period and not get penalized.
Or to work from home or something like that. But I agree too. Because if you understand the mind numbing pain, like it's just sometimes you literally, you know how when you feel like you're about to pass out and it goes doo, and that's all you can hear, you like just trying to pray like, God, Jesus, help me, heaven help me.
Like that in high school. She used to have to take narcos.
See, the shit is, oh my, and you know how I am. My whole bottom half of my body and my head, it'd be a wrap. I be feeling like I'm in childbirth. It's horrible.
The work. No wonder why they feel that when you get your heart broken, get your ass up and keep going, because that's what you guys are always expected to do.
But if, to your point, if that's okay, let's just use me, and I'm not the worst case scenario because there's people going through way more than me. But let's just use me as an example. I already have things going on with my body and my back, which controls your entire body, and migraines. Then you have 2 weeks out of the month when this happens. I'm on a leadership board at work. I have 3 businesses, and I need my family life to operate regular. Okay, because that's what I also put into it. Because I'm a TT and Mother Earth and all of those, sister, cousin, all of those things first. And when that space is compromised, everything else doesn't hurt anything like that.
Right.
Everything else does not operate well because that's my nucleus. That's what's most important to me. So I could be a millionaire and it would not work if that wasn't there. So again, you're expecting this woman to be able to separate, oh, this is her children, but you know, they're not guilty for it. They're not this. I don't give a fuck about none of that, especially when the child ain't acting right and they saying different things. You're expecting me to be subhuman and now add another layer to what I'm already going through and deal with what you have voluntarily done to me for no reason, and I didn't do nothing to you. And you've included your kids. So you expect me to deal with your bullshit and the child's bullshit. And then people say, well, if you forgive him, you know, you have to move on with whatever. Yeah, you do. But does that give you the right to do some of the things that you are doing?
Right. Absolutely not.
Outsiders don't see it that way. You know, that mother-in-law doesn't see it that way. That sister-in-law doesn't see it that way. That cousin doesn't see it that way. But let me just call out, they would not deal with any of that.
Right. And that's why I say people that's not people's real feeling. People are just being loyal to their person. They're being fake.
Which is why you don't heal.
Right. So they're okay in it because it's their brother or sister. Like they're gonna have your sister or your brother's back instead of holding them accountable. You know what I'm saying?
So is that really having their back?
No, it's not. It's fake having their back. So you think you're having their back, but you're not. You don't have their best interest because you're condoning bullshit. And when you condone bullshit,
more problems.
They will continue to do bullshit because they feel it's validated because their family's not holding them accountable. So, you know, that's a big problem. That's a big problem in our community.
In our community.
In the world. Yeah, it is a problem. Huge problem.
It is. Because I've watched people defend their brother or, oh, that's my dad. And I'm like, what? I prefer if you don't say nothing than to say what you just did. You feel like it's right to talk to that person like that?
Right.
Like, how do you think that that's okay? Even when they're getting smart with another family member, whoever it is, a friend who doesn't agree, like, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say if you're going to talk like that. So you brought the problem, because I'll be in the room. You brought the problem. When the friend then tells you, I don't think it's right you doing that, then you try to shut them up. But you brought them the problem. You asked them, and now they're trying to help you and tell you where you're wrong. And this is why she may have done that. This is why your kids don't want to fuck with you. This is why your friends is leaving. This is why that job did this. But you don't want to hear it. Right. So did you want to get better, or did you want somebody to disagree with you?
Facts.
And you can't choose people around you with the similar fucked up situation, because they're going to condone it because they do it too.
They do the same shit.
But you see how their life is falling apart. And you wondering how yours is falling apart. Y'all doing the same thing. I just don't. Do people see?
They see. They see what they want to see.
So what do they see in that?
You heard of selective hearing, selective seeing. Same thing.
Oh.
People see what they want to see. They don't want to see that. I see it all the time and deal with it in different situations of life. People see what they want to see. It could be right in their fucking face, and they'll act like it's not there.
So like a false reality, like a fake narrative?
Delusion, false reality, even a small case of hallucination. It's all of that shit. Like,
oh, you know what? That could be true. That could be true. Because I used to date this guy, and the girl called me and was like, yo, nigga over here. And I was like, he is?
Exactly.
You know me, I don't argue. I was like, okay. You don't have nothing to say?
Tell him I said what's up.
I was like, no, I don't have nothing to say.
Right.
We're not married. It's not my problem. He was right next to me.
Hallucination.
That's why I was like, maybe they do. Yeah, you didn't even think that out, because I was like, it's right here. I see him.
hardcore hallucination. She tripping. She on that acid. Like, what you talking about? He's sitting right next to me.
Why is it that some women want, like, do they pick out who they want to target and date their man, or because some women get effed with way more than other women? Is it that they're jealous of that woman? They want what she like. What about her makes you want to like everybody that she likes, be extra flirty when you see her husband or her boyfriend? What is it about her? Because it's not the male, because the male switches. It's the girl.
Because you read out that woman insecurities from your perspective.
So the woman that's constantly,
so you have friends that be like, well, my butt is like, her butt ain't that big, but my butt is. So like, what?
Oh, they start comparing.
It's a comparison, but you would think that's that lady's insecurities, but she's fine with her body,
right?
But then you start comparing yourself to her, thinking, oh well,
her butt's not like this, but mine is. So he should want me. So I should have.
Everybody.
So I should take your man.
Because I feel like he should be with me more than you. You don't deserve him because I got the bigger butt. I might got a better job. My skin might be lighter. I don't have no kids. I probably went to college. She didn't go. Like, why would you want her, but you don't want me? And whole time, the dude might not.
So they arrogant as hell.
Some people are arrogant like that. Some people just, you got some people that feel like they light skinned. I had a cousin like that. I'm light skinned, you're dark skinned. Why do you have the man and I don't?
I've heard that before.
Well, I've heard, yeah. You're fat and I'm not, so how did you get a man?
Really?
And my answer was, I don't know.
I
don't know, ask them.
Insecurities of you. Like, but I'm not insecure with that. I'm not.
I never had a problem being with somebody.
You got girls that think like that. Like, can you imagine somebody telling you that while they sniffing cocaine? Like, wait, what? Are you serious? Are you serious?
So maybe the problem is that you're sniffing cocaine head. Maybe you do have a boyfriend and you forgot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, some men like that. I don't know. I feel like it's weird because it's everybody for somebody.
It is.
I don't get that part. It's men.
I never wanted somebody that somebody else had except Usher.
Look at the freaking jailhouse buddies. You got all these jailhouse buddies. You got pen pals.
Yeah, you got plenty of people.
Plenty of men.
And don't you want your own? Why would you want to share? To me, so this is what I was thinking too. Wouldn't you be okay if you mess with somebody that's married until they get a divorce? Wouldn't you always be wondering if this is the day that they gonna go back, live their perfect life, 2-income household, beautiful kids, going on trips and shit?
I didn't.
Not if you just fuck it.
No, I'm talking about the ones that feel they're in a. Yeah.
Oh, they tripping.
That's in a relationship with a married man?
Anytime, if you're consistently having sex, that's a relationship. Everything is a relationship. Me and you being cousins is a relationship.
I get, what's that again one more time?
If you was somebody that was messing with somebody that was married, wouldn't you be worried until he got a divorce? He could leave at any time and reconcile. Yeah. And it's nothing like it's nothing that you can actually say. Like, I bet you're not gonna update your Facebook status with oh my God, he left me and went back to his wife.
I got a friend like that.
You got too many friends for me.
I got a friend like that.
You got a friend like that too.
You got a friend like that too?
But they are going steady. They are going steady.
Who is going steady?
He got the divorce. They going steady now.
Okay.
And she waited from 2008.
You bullshitting. He had a side piece for 15 years?
So no, it didn't work. Nothing takes 15 years.
Well, you know,
and at this point, he probably got erectile dysfunction.
Right.
Right, come on. The wife is already locked into all the bed.
They going steady, girl. They doing good. They ain't arguing.
For how long?
It's been a couple of months.
I'm sick of her shit. It's been a couple months.
It's the going steady for me. I be like, girl,
they say that they going steady.
I say that.
Hilda's always starting shit.
I'm like, y'all going steady for us.
They going steady.
That's my word for them too. Oh, y'all going steady on. Okay. I think women who do that.
The wife is already locked into Social Security and everything else. How old are they? 60 or 70? See? And it's they almost 60. Told you.
I think when people, you gotta be first of all, you gotta be a strong ass individual to do that.
For 15 years?
To be with somebody married, period.
Oh.
You gotta be strong.
I wouldn't call it strong.
I would call it strong because
okay.
There's dates where he can't be with you.
So I wouldn't call it strong. You already know that. You signed up for that.
But you gotta be strong to continue that. Because you gotta think.
It gotta be fruitful.
I think you gotta shut off feelings to do that. Because
you definitely have to shut off feelings.
You gotta shut off
that
feelings.
blind love is blind type of thing.
Yeah. Like
false reality hallucination.
Look at Tosha's husband and see? And he told her to lie.
And she did it too. I was just lying, y'all. Everything I wrote yesterday was a lie. Somebody else wrote it.
You gotta be strong in the pictures. Now she's pregnant, even though she chose to keep the baby. Damn. But she's pregnant. And this man is still married without the possibility of coming home to you. Now
that's not home.
It's not home. Now you got this baby, right? He's still married.
And not leaving his wife. Yeah, not for you. Unstable.
No, and then you better hope the wife don't get conniving and say, we're gonna take the baby.
Right.
Public service announcement. When women stay too calm, they haven't forgot a motherfucking thing.
And be like,
Fuck.
Why is it like 100,000 missing from the bank account? Oh,
I don't know.
Shit.
So,
I'm getting scared.
Why my water tastes funny?
Now what? See, that's how women is on cell block 9 too. Girl, don't do nothing to get your tail locked up.
Why
it's not worth it.
Funny.
It's not.
But
when you snap, the show snap, I get that. But premeditated, don't do that. Because all you're doing is ruining your life. And he gonna go on and be happy, and you gonna be in
miserable.
You gonna be in cell block 9 without your kids and your family and everything like that. And I do understand that when certain things happen, it feels like your whole soul just left your body, and you just hurt. You don't give a fuck. Here's the thing too. We'll end with this because I actually want this to be the next show. It's certain things that can be done to you that just make you snap, man or woman. And at that point, you like, I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Or nobody.
You can't, nothing makes sense in your head. You're like, I lost the one thing that I had valuable to me. It depends on what it is and how bad it hurt. And you like, we could run this whole shit. And that's how people do, like the one that did on Facebook where he went and killed the baby mama. He went and killed the baby mama that was pregnant with the baby, already threatening him in advance to accuse him of RAPE for that baby. Went and killed the baby mama who was actually doing that and keeping his child from him, and then turned the gun on himself.
I had a classmate.
All on Facebook Live.
2011. Killed the baby, and the police killed him. Because the baby, now mind you, we're 17. We're 7 lives ahead of us.
Right.
She didn't want to be with him no more. And so he went and kidnapped the baby. Killed the baby. Police killed him. He snapped.
Suicide by police.
Yeah, quietest person in the school. Never said nothing, never had an argument, never nothing. And
the people that snap the most are the quietest people. Because they're usually dealing with the most or the most chill. So it's even more, how could you do this to me? What did I do to you?
I gotta head out, y'all. I gotta pick up my daughter from work.
Yes. So we are going to end tonight with that. And everybody stay safe. And on New Year's Eve, whoever you bring in New Year's Day with, I guess that don't really mean they're yours. Shit, I don't know. Bye. Everybody subscribe and shit. I'll see y'all next year. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.